While the rest of the auto industry rushes toward an all-electric future, Toyota took a different path that challenges everything we've been told about electric vehicles. Toyota engineers believe that EVs are not the only solution to a sustainable future and came up with an engine that has left the EV market in complete shock. But why is Toyota resisting the EV trend when so many other automakers are fully committed? Does Toyota know something the rest of the industry doesn't? Join us as we expose the shocking details of Toyota's strategy, Toyota's bold stand against EVs in a move that has shocked the auto industry experts. Toyota is not buying into the all-electric future that so many other automakers are rushing toward. While you see companies like Ford, Volkswagen, and Mercedes making big promises about phasing out gas-powered cars, Toyota is standing firm and saying not so fast. Toyota believes the world is not ready to switch to electric vehicles, and according to Toyota, forcing that shift too soon could cause more harm than good. Unlike competitors scrambling to roll out as many EVs as possible, Toyota is taking a different path that challenges the idea that electric cars are the only way forward. But why is Toyota so resistant? Is it just about protecting its business, or does it have a point? Toyota's latest addition to their crossover line of the 2025, and that's where things get interesting. While EVs may be dominating the conversation now, Toyota has a different solution in mind, one that could change everything. However, to understand why Toyota believes in that alternative, we first need to look at the hidden problems of electric cars. Hidden problems with EVs. Electric cars are everywhere now. Have you noticed that every car commercial is about some new EV with futuristic features? And governments worldwide are making big promises to phase out gas-powered vehicles. On the surface, EVs are the perfect solution to fight climate change and reduce pollution. But the other side of the story doesn't get talked about enough. The real challenges of making electric cars work for everyone. Electric vehicles are the way of the future, so you want to be on the leading edge of it? Absolutely. And the truth is, Toyota is not the only one raising concerns. Even people who support EVs are starting to ask tough questions. Are electric cars as clean as we think? Can the world even produce enough batteries for all these cars? And what happens to the power grid when millions need to charge their EVs simultaneously? Let's break it down, requiring electric-only car sales by 2035. So about 10 years away. Those EVs are well known for saving money on gas. Let's break it down. Currently, EVs make up only about 1% of all cars worldwide. That's a tiny fraction. But what happens when that number jumps to 10%, 20%, or even 50%? More electric cars mean more electricity demand, a lot more. And remember, as more people switch to EVs, the charging demand will only worsen. Currently, the US has about 160,000 public chargers, but experts say we'd need at least 10 times that number to support a fully electric fleet. Building that infrastructure will require time, money, and government support. With all these challenges, Toyota believes that betting everything on electric cars is risky. The company isn't saying EVs are bad, it's just saying they're not the only solution. Toyota believes combining different technologies is better than forcing a complete shift to EVs at all. Our cars, both Toyota and Lexus, and I said they're right. The idea of hydrogen replacing EVs might sound far-fetched. Have to wind down your window and tell them that it's actually here, but Toyota is playing the long game. The real question is whether hydrogen can scale up fast enough to challenge EV dominance. Right now the EV market is booming with billions of dollars invested in battery technology and charging networks. Hydrogen is still in the early stages, and it will take significant investment to make it a truly viable alternative. But Toyota isn't just relying on hydrogen alone, it has another strategy in play, one that blends electric power with traditional engines in a way that makes sense for the present, not just the future. We are talking about something intermediary hybrids and mixed engine solutions that offer the best of both worlds. And that's exactly what we are about to show you. Hydrogen versus electric engine. Let's face it, one of the biggest reasons electric cars are growing so fast is charging convenience. You see, hydrogen refueling stations are much more difficult to build because they require specialized equipment and high-pressure storage systems. On the other hand, you can install EV chargers almost anywhere, in homes, parking lots, gas stations, and even grocery store parking spots. Governments and private companies are investing billions into expanding EV charging networks. There are already over 160,000 public charging stations in the United States alone, and that number is growing fast. In contrast, there are only about 60 hydrogen refueling stations. If you own an electric car, you can charge it overnight in your garage. Press the start button here. Oh my god, it makes... If you don't have a home charger, there's probably a public one nearby. With hydrogen cars, it's an entirely different story. Owning a hydrogen car is impossible if you don't live near a hydrogen station. You can't refuel at home. Even in cities where hydrogen stations exist, they're few and far between. Forget about the price for a minute, let's talk about installation. Expanding EV charging networks is easier than building hydrogen stations. A basic Level 2 EV charger can be installed in a home for a few $100s. Fast charging stations like Tesla superchargers cost more, but are still relatively simple to set up. Hydrogen stations, on the other hand, require expensive equipment. According to energy experts, hydrogen must be stored at extremely high pressures or at very low temperatures to stay in liquid form. These stations need special safety measures, reinforced tanks, and constant monitoring to prevent leaks or explosions. This is why there are so few hydrogen stations today. Building one can cost millions of dollars. With few hydrogen cars on the road today, investors see no need to waste their funds on hydrogen pump stations. Toyota works with governments and energy companies to expand hydrogen infrastructure, but progress is slow. That is not all. Countries like Japan, Germany, and South Korea are building more hydrogen stations, but hydrogen refueling remains out of reach in most parts of the world. Even if hydrogen stations are built everywhere, hydrogen fuel is still expensive. Right now, it costs about $12 per kilogram. Now think about it. A typical hydrogen-powered car needs 5 to 6 kilograms to fill up. That means a full tank can cost $60 to $80, which is not much different from gasoline. But the fit is more expensive than charging an EV. Electricity is much cheaper in comparison. Fully charging an EV battery at home can cost as little as $5 to $15, depending on local electricity rates. Even at public fast chargers, the cost is still lower than filling up with hydrogen. So, fuel prices must drop significantly for hydrogen cars to succeed. That means producing hydrogen cheaper, which brings us to another issue: how hydrogen is made. If you think hydrogen is a clean fuel, what you are about to see will shock you. Most people assume hydrogen is a clean fuel, but the truth is that most hydrogen today is made using natural gas. The problem is that carbon is released into the atmosphere during this process. However, there is another type of hydrogen known as green hydrogen. Toyota and other companies are pushing for green hydrogen, which uses renewable energy sources like wind and solar power. But right now, green hydrogen is expensive and challenging to produce at scale. Until hydrogen production becomes cleaner and cheaper, the environmental benefits of hydrogen-powered cars are not as cool as they should be. Remember that hybrids don't need charging infrastructure. They don't require people to change their driving habits. They use significantly less fuel than traditional cars, but don't leave drivers worried about charging stations, electricity costs, or range limitations. In short, they provide real-world benefits without the headaches of complete electrification. If you think the idea of hybrid is cool, what about plug-in hybrids? They have the capacity for both short electric-only driving and a gas engine for longer trips. This gives drivers the best of both worlds: electric power for city driving, gasoline for longer distances. In countries where electricity grids are unstable, hybrids and plug-in hybrids are the best possible option. They reduce emissions without making car ownership difficult. This is why Toyota still invests heavily in hybrid technology while the industry chases fully electric cars. Toyota sees a reality where many people aren't ready to make that leap. This is where things get interesting. We are not saying EVs will not be a big part of the future. Even though Toyota isn't going all in on electric vehicles, it's not ignoring them either. The company has launched battery EVs and continues developing solid-state battery technology, which could make future EVs cheaper, lighter, and longer lasting. Toyota's issue isn't with EVs themselves, it is with the idea that the whole world can switch to EVs overnight. Some will choose battery EVs, others will go for hybrids, and some will stick with hydrogen-powered vehicles. Instead of forcing a single solution, Toyota is letting the market decide. Most automakers treat the future as if one technology will win, and everything else will disappear. But if we are to go by history, that theory rarely works. Gasoline didn't kill diesel. Airplanes didn't kill trains. Solar energy didn't replace all other power sources. Instead, different technologies coexist and serve different needs. Toyota believes the same will happen with cars. Battery EVs will dominate some markets. Hydrogen will power industrial vehicles. Hybrids will continue to serve drivers who want efficiency without limitations, and new technologies will emerge over time. Are you thinking about buying a hybrid Toyota vehicle? Thank you for staying with us. Do you think Toyota's hydrogen vehicles can dominate the future of the auto industry? Share your opinions with us in the comments section. If you enjoyed the video, like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Also, click the following video on your screen, and you will enjoy it.